Hey friends, what's up? Derek here from Bomb Socks with more Bomb Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ, one bite at a time. Okay, my friends, I want to take you into Hebrews chapter 11 today. Hebrews chapter 11 is what I like to call the Faith Hall of Fame. In fact, I did one of those word cloud things again, where you can take all of the words from a particular chapter and you put it into a word cloud generator, and the words that are most often said are the bigger ones in there. You can check this out right here. You can see how faith is very much, this is the Faith Hall of Fame. Come Follow Me for this week says this. It says, if someone asked you to define faith, what would you say? Sister N.C. Pingree drew on language from Hebrews 11 to give this definition of faith. The spiritual ability, and I love this, the spiritual ability to be persuaded of promises that are seen afar off but may not be attained in this life. Boy, that's a powerful statement. Consider developing your own definition of faith as you ponder the ideas in Hebrews chapter 11. What do the examples of the people mentioned in this chapter teach you about faith? It also gives you Ether 12, which is the Book of Mormon equivalent to Hebrews chapter 11. What promises do you see afar off, which is a great question to ponder? How can you show the Lord that you are persuaded of them and have embraced them? And there's some wonderful things to read as well. So in Hebrews chapter 11, you just go to the very first verse. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I love the New International Version of this, where it says, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and the assurance about what we do not see. That's a perfect definition of what faith is. Verse number 6, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Now again, God isn't sitting there saying, you act in faith and therefore you will please me. No, he loves us so much that he wants us to act in faith, and that is what pleases him. Now, if you were to just scroll through chapter 11, you're going to see, like I said, the Faith Hall of Fame, where you've got so many individuals who are just listed by name. One of them that's talked about is Abraham. Abraham's one of those individuals who I just adore, and I love reading about him. There's so many things I wish I understood more about Abraham and some of the things that he went through. Like, for example, verse 17, and this is where this story is so confusing at times. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son. Those promises were, the covenant which I gave to you is going to continue through this kid. Now you have to kill him, of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called. So again, to be able to have that type of faith, to be able to be like, so you want me to sacrifice this kid who the covenant promise is going to go through. If he's gone, then all of those covenants stop right there. But here's Abraham, who acted in faith. Now, verse number 19, accounting, or the footnote says considering in Greek, considering that God was able, that is such a cool phrase, to raise him up, even from the dead, from whence he also received him in a figure. So here is Abraham acting in faith, knowing that God is able to do all things, and knowing that the promises that were given to him. Here's the New Living Translation, which adds a nice dimension to this. Abraham reasoned, I imagine there was a lot of reasoning going on in Abraham's head, that if Isaac died, God was able to bring him back to life again. And in a sense, Abraham did receive his son back from the dead. So this is just one example of one of these wonderful Faith Hall of Fame members who acted in faith. Now you go through all of this, you go to verse number 39, and these all, meaning all of these individuals that have been mentioned, Abraham, Enoch, Noah, all of these wonderful patriarchs, having obtained a good report through faith. You click on the footnote that says testimony or witness. So these individuals receiving their own testimony through faith received not the promise. The New Living Translation says, all these people earned a good reputation because of their faith, yet none of them received all that God had promised. Verse 40, God having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. Now the Joseph Smith translation there said, God having provided some better things for them through their sufferings, for without sufferings they could not be made perfect. There was better things in mind for them, and oftentimes we need to go through those difficult things, those difficult trials and tests of our faith, to be able to learn how to become like God. That's why faith is not just a passive thing. Faith is very much a principle of action, and you see that action taking place here. It is confidence. It is evidence of the things that you see afar off that you hope for, and then you act on those things. And I love this chapter. So much going on right here. Read it on your own, and you'll have some wonderful experiences with this Faith Hall of Fame. Now, in doing this, one of the things I want to challenge you guys to do is this, is you could put in your own little verse about this. By faith, I, meaning your name, can do that really, really, really hard thing that you don't think that you can do, and even can't even begin to explain how you're going to do it right now. But by faith, you act in faith and then watch God work miracles. I can testify to you that he does. He's very good at it. And if you exercise faith in him, he will help you do that. I know that's true. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks as always for sharing these messages. If you like what you see, please go ahead and click that like button. And please go check out our amazingly comfortable, wonderful gospel-themed socks at bombsocks.com. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Godspeed. Bye-bye.